Hello, this is Stephanie Gillespie-Schrock. I am doing my first Facebook Live broadcast, really just talking about my upcoming trip to Puerto Rico. Hoping a couple of folks join, but what I'm really wanted to let you know is that I'm really excited that we've been able to kind of put this together. There are a couple of us going for now, and I have some folks on the ground who are going to be helping. Hi, people. Sorry, this is my first broadcast. I've just kind of started this. Thank you for joining. I see you, Pam, Mohan, Tracy, Maribel, Susan, and Dave. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. I am trying to just get the word out about the upcoming trip I have to Puerto Rico, where I'm going to be doing some storytelling and some try to do like a little mini documentary about some of the things that I'm seeing in Puerto Rico when I go down there. Just to give you an idea of what I plan on doing while I'm there is, one, I want to see my family. That's it's kind of an excuse to go see them as the first thing that I want to get done, and see some friends. This has really brought me together with a bunch of people that I didn't realize we were so connected and caring about this situation. So especially when you think about, when I think about some of the people that I grew up with in Puerto Rico, this has really brought us together in a way that I can't even describe. If you were in on all my conversations, you would be shocked at the level of caring that is going on. I see you, Chana. Good seeing you. I haven't heard from you in a while. And Juan, thank you for joining. So I see some folks from Puerto Rico. I see people, a lot of people from here joining in. I really appreciate it. I see a lot of people from Puerto Rico, so thank you. But I'm just kind of giving an update of what I plan on doing while I'm down there. Sorry for the computer. This is my first Facebook Live. Hi, Wendy. What I'm going to do down there again is I'm really going to connect with family and friends and talk about the different stories that we've seen. I know that there's a lot of information out there. I think people are asking me, what are you going to do that's different? You know, I think the way that I'm going to approach this is really by explaining to you a little bit more about my history and where I come from and why all these people are so important to me, and where this tragedy has kind of taken things for everybody down there. So that'll be a large part of the story that I'm going to tell. Another large part of the story that I'm going to tell is I'm going to go look into the medical world. I think there's a lot of questions people have right now about what is going on with the medical community. Why is there not power? What is being done? We've seen pictures very recently of surgeries being done in the dark with cell phones. We've seen pictures of, I actually spoke to my cousin tonight who runs a hospital in Humacao, which is a very, it's an area, part of the island that was really, really devastated. She called me tonight. It was the first time I actually spoke to her since the hurricane personally. I've tried reaching her many, many times. That is how hard it is right now to get in touch with people. First time I've talked to her. And this is a person who's like my sister. So she told me a lot of insightful things. She said, you know, FEMA has been to her hospital and is bringing her diesel every other day, but in a general sense, I don't think that people are seeing the distribution. She said that there's a lot of work to be done around that. There's just a lot of confusion as to where to get information. Communication is terrible. I don't know how else to kind of describe it, but imagine that all your communication towers are down. It's still at something like, I think it's 80% of towers are down. I saw a statistic today that 77% of people still don't have electricity. So it is really like being thrust into a third world country suddenly when you live like I do here. So what I'm also asking today, outside of what I'll be doing while I'm down there and what I'm going to be filming, so again, I'm going to do a lot of the medical world, and then I'm also going to look into maybe some of the organizations on the ground that are doing good work. And according to my cousin who I spoke to today, she reaffirmed for me that the people who are really kind of pulling through are kind of these grassroots organizations and organizations or just people on the ground who have somehow figured out how to get a donation from here or there, and they're just taking it on their own. Hi, Michael. So if you have any questions, I would be very happy to take any questions down there. What are your top concerns? What are you looking to see? What are you looking for more explanations around? So if you guys would please go ahead and ask through the chat here, that would be great. And if you have questions that I can even answer today, I'll tell you what I know. I'm definitely connected to a lot of people and have been having a ton of conversations. Another thing that I'm looking for people to point me to are some of the organizations that you have heard about that are doing a good job. So please feel free to ask away. And I can also tell you what I've started to look into. Hey, Deshelle. Lots of people from my school in Puerto Rico. It's great to see you guys. Hopefully you guys can still see me when I'm switching around my camera here. Hi, Kate. I am going to tell you a little bit about some of the questions that I plan on asking. You know, what's been most impactful to people during this time? What good have people seen coming out of this crisis? What organizations or people have you seen doing good work? What do you think Puerto Rico will look like in the future? I think there's a lot of questions around, have people been able to go back to school? I saw a statistic today that said, I think it's less than 10% of kids have gone back to school. So that's astounding. And that was a statistic that came out today. I would like to know how many people feel safe and secure at a time like this. What are the biggest issues that people are facing? What are people planning on staying? Are they planning on leaving? Are they planning on helping to rebuild? What do they think it'll take to rebuild this? My cousin also told me today that she saw that they expect that 5 to 10% of the island will never have power again. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know who is saying that, but I can't even fathom that that is an option. Anyway, but I guess what I'm also asking is for your support. Please continue to watch these. I'll put out some more videos as I think of things. In the next couple days, I'll probably be putting out a video on some fundraising efforts that are happening in Michigan. And if you don't know, I've put out, just as of today, I've been keeping it a little bit kind of behind the curtains, but there is a organization that my husband is part of called Affiliated Foundation, and they are matching up to $8,000 in donations directly for Puerto Rico. And so I have put out a relief effort for that. I can post it here for you guys. I just decided to go ahead and create a You Caring, which is kind of like a GoFundMe. And it's essentially to go so that all these funds specifically will go to Puerto Rico. Some of the fundraising they do is really for a lot of different organizations. So I'm just going to post that right here for you guys. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. This is something that I'm doing. Primarily, the funds will go to people directly on the ground when I'm there in Puerto Rico. I'm going to look into which organizations are actually doing things. I've heard of these brigades, which are essentially towns of people coming together to do things like clear the streets because the debris is still in the streets, and that's why flooding still happens, or collect waters and distribute it to the needy. So when I find out who some of those organizations are, that's where some of this money will go. And like I said, $8,000 will be matched by Affiliated Foundation. There may be a small portion of that I'll use to help me pay to get down there, but for the most part, like 99% of it is going to go directly to those foundations. So I'm going to do a quick video, really, but if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to be thinking about while I'm down there, please go ahead and ask them. Otherwise, I'm probably going to do a short video for my first one here. If you have any questions, though, I'm here to hear what you say. So go ahead. Hi, Rick. I guess some people are still joining, but I've kind of given my summary of what I'm going to do. I'll post this later. From what I understand, I can repost this too. Any questions anybody has? We're good? Going once, going twice. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining my little Facebook Live post, and I will post this up and you can see it. You can see what I said here in a minute. Sorry for those of you who are joining now. I kind of summarized everything I wanted to say, but if you have any questions, I'll hang out for a minute. But otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and post this and let you guys ask me any questions that you want. All right. I guess people are still joining. Hi, Fernando, Chris, Alice, Rick. I just got done kind of summarizing everything. I don't want to make everybody have to wait. Oh my gosh, Alethea. Okay, maybe I should just hang out for a while, but I was giving a little summary of everything we're doing in Puerto Rico while I'm down there, which is really just kind of a summary of meeting people that I've known down on the island. I have a couple of folks, actually I'll tell you about a couple of folks that I plan on meeting while I'm down there. There's a girl, Giselle, that I went to high school with. She apparently is available for a few days. She's gonna spend a little time with me trying to figure out who to interview. I also have another guy, Anton, that I went to high school with. He's also going to join me. He's offered up his video skills and editing. He went to college for that. Cam Neighbors is somebody that I did some work with at when I worked at Whirlpool. He did some of the videos with me. Excuse me. And then I'm obviously going to see a lot of family. So I have family in the medical world, and I have a cousin who's a quadriplegic, and she lives in Condado. She has a car. She's going to drive me around a little bit here and there, and we're going to check out some of the most devastated areas. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and post this and end this live chat unless anybody has any questions. But I really appreciate you guys joining and supporting me on this. And like I said, I had posted this You Caring foundation thing, which is going to be matched up to $8,000, and those funds will go directly to the organizations on the ground that are doing the work that is helping the most needy. So please help support and spread the word. All right. Thank you so much.